In the year 3190, the galaxy was peaceful, or so it seemed. Hundreds of alien races ruled the stars. Their ships moved from planet to planet. Trade was strong. War was rare. The galaxy believed it had entered a golden age. But they had forgotten something. They had forgotten humans. 200 years ago, there was a great war. The humans, once brave and strong, were attacked from all sides. At first, they fought back. Their ships were fast. Their soldiers were smart. Their minds created weapons no one had seen before. But one by one, their allies turned on them. The great empires of the galaxy feared humanity. They feared their fire, their courage, their heart. So they joined together and destroyed Earth. The humans were hunted, burned, wiped from history. The galaxy moved on. The humans became a ghost story, something told to scare little alien children, until now. At the edge of the galaxy, near a black star called Draylen, something strange happened. A large alien ship, the Drask patrol cruiser, was passing by a dead planet. The crew was laughing, playing games, waiting for their next job. Then the ship's systems began to glitch. The lights flickered. The air felt cold. A voice came through their radio. It was a voice no one had heard in 200 years. It was human. The voice was deep, slow, and calm, but there was fire behind it. To all empires and all leaders and all kings, and this is your final warning. You have 7 days. Kneel or burn. The crew stared at each other. Was it a joke? A pirate signal? Then something even stranger happened. Figure appeared on their screen. He wore black armor, covered in glowing red lines. His face was hidden under a helmet. Behind him, stars burned and broken ships floated in space like dead flies. He stood still. But his presence was heavy, like the whole galaxy was watching. One of the alien officers, Captain Vurix, leaned forward. "Who are you?" he asked. The human answered, "I am the last of my kind. You erased my people. But I remember. And now, the galaxy will remember too." The screen turned black. The Drask ship tried to run a scan. Nothing. The signal was gone. Then their sensors picked up a massive energy spike from the dead planet below. A single pulse shot into space. Bright and powerful. Every empire's satellites picked it up. Every leader got the same message. 7 days, kneel or burn. Panic spread. In the capital of the Zirak Dominion, a war council met. Some thought it was a prank. Others were afraid. "No one survived the human purge," one general said. "This must be a rebel, a copycat." But then reports came in. A research station in Sector 12, destroyed. A trade convoy in the far ring vaporized. All signs pointed to one being. The same message appeared before every attack. This is justice, this is memory, this is the last human. The galaxies that once laughed at humans now shook with fear. Who was this man? How did he survive? How was he so powerful? And why now? Some believed he was more than human now. A ghost. A weapon. A god. Others said he must be using old human technology, something even the empires couldn't understand. But one thing was clear. He was serious, and he was angry. On day 2, he appeared over the Trelax moon base. The guards tried to shoot him. Their lasers hit nothing. He moved like smoke. Fast. Silent. Deadly. He left the base in flames and dropped a warning flag. A black banner with a red human handprint. By day 3, the message had reached every corner of the galaxy. Some species started to kneel. Small planets. Peaceful tribes, old human allies, they sent messages of peace asking for protection. But the big empires? They laughed. "This is one man," they said. "We are thousands." But they forgot something important. Humans never needed numbers. They only needed one thing, a reason to fight. And now, the last human had a reason. He had nothing to lose, and everything to burn. The galaxy had forgotten them, but he had not. He remembered everything. The smell of smoke as Earth fell. The screams of children hiding in bunkers. The betrayal of allies who once stood side by side with humans and then stabbed them in the back. 200 years ago, humanity was one of the most advanced and respected species in the galaxy. They were scientists, explorers, warriors. They built cities in the stars and gave knowledge to races still learning how to fly. But their kindness became their weakness. When the Great Galactic War started, humans were the first to respond. They fought the darkness that was spreading across systems, the Varnix threat. They fought not for land but for peace, and they were winning. Too well. The other empires, Zyrak, Threxal, Urveth, started to whisper among themselves. If humans win this war, they will become too powerful. Fear turned into jealousy. Jealousy turned into betrayal. In the year 2991, a secret meeting took place. 12 galactic leaders sat around a black table and made a plan. They would not fight the Varnix alone. They would sacrifice the humans. 1 week later, during a large human offensive in the Zora Nebula, the betrayal happened. Human fleets were ambushed from behind by their own allies. Earth never got the warning. Within days, major human colonies were destroyed. Earth's defense systems were overwhelmed. The last message from Earth's High Command was short. Do not surrender. Remember who you are. Then silence. The galaxy believed it was over. Humans were wiped out. Their cities were turned into ash. Their name was removed from archives. Statues were broken. Maps were redrawn. But not everything died. In the chaos of Earth's fall, a secret AI system activated. It was called Echo 9, a hidden backup project by human scientists. Its job was simple. If humanity ever faced extinction, it would find one human and save them. It did. His name was Commander Jace Ward. He was a war hero, a strategist, and one of the few who knew about Project Echo. When his ship was shot down, above the planet Neroth, Echo activated. The AI used an emergency drone to extract his body. He was near death, bones broken, face burned, memories shattered, but Echo was ready. It took 50 years to rebuild him. It mixed human flesh with stolen alien tech. It repaired his brain using neural bridges. It trained him in a dream world made of war simulations and strategy games. He became faster, stronger, smarter, not quite human, not quite machine. But one thing remained: his heart. He remembered every name, every face, every moment of pain. When he woke up fully, he asked one question: Is Earth alive? Echo answered, No, Earth is dust. He did not cry, he did not scream. He simply said, Then I will make them remember. For the next 100 years, Jace stayed hidden. He explored the galaxy's edge, collecting old human technology. Weapons, drones, AI fragments, forgotten codes. He found the Starburn cannon, a weapon humans never used in the war because it was too dangerous. Now it was in his hands. He found Mother Core, the main human AI, broken and buried under the moon of Alara. He fixed her. She became his guide, his memory, his last family. She told him the truth about the Varnix. They were never the real threat. She said. They were controlled. They were used. The ones who betrayed us, planned it all. The galaxy didn't fear humans. Because we were dangerous, they feared us because we were good, and goodness to them was a threat. Now, with the knowledge of the past, the weapons of the old world, and a heart filled with fire, Jace had only one goal: justice. He would not destroy innocent races. He would not repeat the crimes done to his people. But he would bring down the empires that had killed Earth, one by one. He would make them kneel. Not for revenge, for memory, for honor, for the billions of voices that were lost in the dark. He returned to Draylon, the Black Star, and sent out his message. A test, a warning. The galaxy laughed. They will not laugh for long. The last human was awake now, and he was coming. The galaxy thought he was just a myth, a story from the shadows, but on day 4 they realized the truth. The Zyrak Dominion, one of the oldest and proudest alien empires, refused to kneel. Their leader, Emperor Zerlon, sat on his golden throne and laughed. "One human cannot stop the Dominion," he said to his generals. "We have crushed planets, burned worlds. If he wants war, give him one." He ordered Fleet Z-11, a powerful battle group of 100 warships, to destroy the last human. They called it Operation Final Ash. The fleet moved fast. They located his signal near a dead star system called Draylon 7. Admiral Cross, a three-eyed alien warrior, led the attack. He had seen many battles. He believed this would be easy. "Lock on target. Prepare to fire," he said. Their sensors picked up a single ship. It was small, black, silent. At first they thought it was broken. No shields, no movement. Just floating. Then the voice returned. "You had your chance. This is your final lesson." Admiral Cross shouted, "Fire!" All 100 ships fired their cannons. Lasers, plasma, missiles. The space around the human ship turned into fire. They waited. Smoke covered the screen. But when it cleared, the ship was still there, untouched. Then, something terrifying happened. The small ship began to change. Panels opened. Lights turned red. Energy surged around it. It was not just a ship. It was a weapon. A long barrel unfolded from the bottom. A dark crystal in its center began to glow. The weapon had a name written in Old Earth code, SB-01. Starburn Cannon. Admiral Cross froze. "What is that?" Too late. The cannon fired. A beam of red-white energy cut through space like a sword. It moved faster than light. In 10 seconds, 47 warships were gone. No explosions, no debris, just gone, vaporized. The remaining ships tried to escape. They turned hard, breaking formation. Then the human ship released drones, small, silent silver machines. They moved like shadows, slicing into engines, cutting power systems. More ships fell. Admiral Cross screamed for help, but no one answered. His ship was the last. On his screen, the black armored figure appeared again, standing tall, unmoving. "You forgot us. Now you will remember." The last thing Admiral Cross saw was a glowing red eye, then darkness. The entire Z-11 fleet was destroyed. Not a single ship survived. The news spread like wildfire across the galaxy. An entire battle group. Gone. Destroyed by one man. The panic began. On the planet Thalaros, crowds filled the streets shouting, "The human is real." On the moon city of Virex, soldiers refused to board ships. They were afraid. Some empires began to shut down spaceports. Others sent peace messages. But Emperor Zerlon did not stop. He was furious. "He killed my fleet," he roared. "I want his head." He sent more ships. He placed a 10 million credit bounty on the last human. Hunters, assassins, and mercenaries rushed to find him, but none returned. One by one, they vanished. In deep space near abandoned planets, their ships were found, burned, empty, drifting. Some said they saw the human's black ship, watching, waiting. Then came the second message. "I do not want war. I want the truth. Kneel and live. Fight and fall." The voice was everywhere, on screens, in radios, even echoing in dream systems used by alien psychics. It was like the galaxy itself was speaking. The leaders of the Threxel Empire, once enemies of the humans, started to worry. "What if we're next?" one senator asked. A brave old alien general said, "This is no ordinary man. He carries all the pain of Earth. He is the fire we thought we killed." But now, that fire has returned. In the shadows, a few species remembered the old days. The humans had once saved their planets, shared food, protected their children. Some began to whisper, "Maybe we should listen to him." On day 5, the last human disappeared again. No one knew where he was, but they all knew what he was. Not a myth, not a ghost, a force, a storm, a memory turned into fire, and he had just begun. 2 days remained. 2 days before the deadline. Kneel or burn. The galaxy was shaking. The strongest empires were afraid. And somewhere in deep space, the last human waited, but he was not alone anymore. Hidden beneath the surface of a cold, ice-covered moon named Talrian, a secret meeting took place. 5 ships landed quietly. Their markings were covered. No flags. No symbols. Inside a dark cave, 5 figures stood in a circle. Each came from a different race. They were once part of the old human alliance, small species who had fought beside Earth in the Great Galactic War. Now they were forgotten, scattered, living under fear. But when the human's voice returned to the stars, they remembered, and they answered. The first to speak was Vera 7, a short creature with blue skin and long white eyes. She had been a child when Earth fell. Now she was a scientist, one of the last of her kind. "I saw the signal," she said. "It was real, human code. No one else can write it like that." Next was Captain Joe Varoon, a reptilian warrior with 3 arms and a scarred face. "I served beside humans," he growled. "They saved my planet. I owe them everything." The others nodded. One by one they shared stories of human kindness, human courage, human sacrifice. And then one of them stepped forward, a tall, quiet alien in a silver cloak. His name was Elith, and he was no warrior. He was a keeper, one of the few who protected forbidden technology. "I have something," he said. "Something from Earth." He opened a black box. Inside was a glowing crystal. The others gasped. It was a core fragment from Gaia 1, Earth's ancient AI defense system. The core held memories, knowledge, weapons. Everything humans had built before they were destroyed. Elith whispered, "I have kept it hidden for 200 years. Vera 7 stepped forward. "If we give this to the last human, he will become unstoppable." "But he's already dangerous," one voice said. "What if he becomes like the empires? What if power changes him?" Captain Joe answered, "He's not like them. He gave them a choice. He doesn't want to rule. He wants justice." Silence. Then they agreed. They would find the last human and give him Earth's final gift. Far away, near the edge of a dying star, Jace Ward sat in the center of his ship, the Revenant. He was silent. His armor hung beside him. His weapons were charging. Mother Core, the AI voice that guided him, spoke gently. "Another fleet is preparing to strike. The Zyrak Emperor has sent dreadnoughts." Jace didn't answer right away. His eyes stared at an old photo, faded, scratched, a picture of his family. His mother, his little brother, his fiancée, all gone, burned with earth. He closed his eyes. The pain was still there. It never left. "What would they think of me now?" he asked softly. Mother Core replied, "They would be proud, because you still remember why you fight." Suddenly a signal flashed, an encrypted message, old human code. "Real, Dard." Jace stood up. "Trace the source," he ordered. The ship moved quickly through subspace. It arrived above Talrian. The 5 old allies stood in the ice field, waiting. And when the black ship landed and the last human stepped out, they knelt. Captain Joe said, "We remember." Vera 7 stepped forward and handed him the glowing core. "This belongs to you," she said, "to your people." Jace held the crystal in both hands. He felt it instantly. Voices, history, plans, weapons, emotions. The spirit of Earth, still alive. Mother Core's voice filled the air. Gaia protocol unlocked. A new part of the ship opened. Weapons that had never been activated came online. A new suit of armor unfolded from the floor. Sleek, silver, marked with the Earth emblem. A blue planet surrounded by 13 stars. Jace looked at his allies. "You risked your lives to help me," Captain Joe smiled. "You gave us hope. That's worth the risk." Jace nodded. "Then this fight is no longer mine alone." Somewhere above the Zyrak capital, Emperor Zerlon prepared his forces, thousands of ships, millions of soldiers. He would not bow to a single man, but he didn't know what was coming. Because now, the last human had Earth's memory behind him. He had allies. He had the truth. And in 2 days, he would return, not as a shadow, but as a flame. The galaxy held its breath. 2 days had passed since the last human, Jace Ward, received the ancient Earth core. The news traveled faster than light. The Revenant was heading toward the heart of the Zyrak Dominion, their capital world, Zyraxis. Prime Emperor Zerlon stood on his balcony, overlooking the city of spires and towers glittering under twin suns. "My generals," he said coldly, "this human has dared to bring Earth's power back to life. If he strikes Zyraxis Prime, our empire will crumble." The generals bowed, fear hidden behind their faces, but Zerlon was determined. "Prepare the defenses. Activate the planetary shields. Ready the death squads." Meanwhile, far from Zyraxis Prime, Jace Ward was preparing for battle. The core's power flowed through him like electricity. His new armor shimmered silver and blue, the Earth emblem glowing bright on his chest. Mother Core's voice echoed softly in his mind. "The Gaia Protocol is active. Shields and weapons are at full capacity. Your strike will be devastating, but precise." Jace tightened his grip on his plasma rifle and looked at his small team. The Secret Alliance stood behind him. Vera 7, Captain Joe, Elith, and 2 others. They were no longer just allies, they were family. "Remember," Jace said, "this is not a war for power. It is a war for memory, for those who were lost." The fleet moved like a shadow through space, slipping past patrols and defenses. When they reached Zyraxis Prime's orbit, the planetary shields flashed, a massive dome of energy surrounding the world. "Shields at full strength," reported Elith, analyzing the energy flow. Jace smiled grimly. "Then we'll have to break through." Using the core's ancient codes, Jace activated Gaia Pulse, a pulse of energy that interfered with enemy technology. The shields flickered. A hole appeared. The Revenant and the small fleet slipped through the breach. Inside orbit, the Zyrak fleet scrambled to respond. Thousands of ships launched toward the intruders. The battle exploded in space. Lasers cut through darkness. Missiles screamed past, but Jace's team moved with deadly precision. The Starburn cannon charged, its red glow cutting through enemy warships. With each blast, the enemy fleet shrank. Below, the people of Zyraxis Prime watched the skies in fear. In the palace, Zerlon's fury burned hotter than the sun's. "Bring me the human's head," he screamed. He activated his personal war armor, a towering suit made of black steel and ancient crystals. He boarded his flagship, the Oblivion. The final battle was near. Jace led the charge into the heart of the fleet. He knew the risks. He knew the price. But the pain of Earth gave him strength. The Revenant flew straight at the Oblivion. The ships collided in a storm of fire and metal. Jace fought like a man possessed. Laser beams met sword strikes. Missiles exploded, shaking the hull. The ground shook as the Oblivion landed on the palace grounds. Jace confronted Emperor Zerlon. 2 warriors stood face to face. Zerlon sneered. "You are only one man. You cannot win." Jace raised his plasma rifle. "My name is the last human," he said, "and today, your throne falls." The fight was brutal. Zerlon's armor resisted many blows, but Jace's strength was fueled by something greater than steel or weapons. It was fueled by justice. With a final powerful strike, Jace shattered Zerlon's armor. The Emperor fell. Silence filled the palace. The galaxy heard the news instantly. The Zyrak Dominion's ruler was defeated by one man, the last human. A new era had begun. The fall of Emperor Zerlon sent shockwaves across the galaxy. News spread quickly. One man had toppled, the mighty Zyrak Dominion. Some cheered in secret, others trembled in fear. But far from the battle, new dangers were stirring. In the dark halls of the Velkar Empire, a ruthless leader named Sirath watched the news with cold eyes. "The last human grows stronger," she whispered. "We cannot let him unite the galaxy." She gathered her council, a group of powerful warlords and spies. "We will crush this rebellion before it spreads," Sirath declared. She ordered the construction of a massive weapon, one capable of destroying entire star systems. Meanwhile, on the peaceful planet of Elysia, the story was different. The leaders there remembered the old days, when humans and aliens fought together as friends. They sent a secret message to Jace. "We stand with you," it said. Vera 7 smiled as she read it aloud. "This is what we need. Allies." Jace felt hope rise inside him. Mother Kor spoke quietly, in his mind. "You will face many enemies, but you will also find friends where you least expect them." Jace called a meeting of his alliance. "We cannot fight this war alone," he said. "We must unite the galaxy, not with fear, but with trust." Captain Joe nodded. "We will build a new alliance, stronger than before." But time was running out. Sirath's weapon, called the Void Reaper, was almost ready. Its power could end entire planets in seconds. Jace knew he had to act fast. He sent scouts to find Sirath's base, hidden deep in a nebula of black gas. The scouts returned with grim news. "The Void Reaper is real," one reported, "and it is more powerful than anything we have faced." Jace stood on the bridge of the Revenant. The stars stretched before him, cold and distant. He clenched his fists. "This storm is coming," he said, "but we will face it, together." The galaxy waited. The Void Reaper was ready, a giant weapon hidden inside the dark nebula of Karis. It hummed with terrible power. Sirath's forces guarded it fiercely. The last human, Jace Ward, stood on the bridge of the Revenant, surrounded by his allies. Vera 7 checked the scanners. "Enemy fleet approaching," she said. "Thousands of ships. They want to protect the weapon." Jace looked at the stars. "This is it," he said. "We fight for more than ourselves, for every lost world." The Allied fleet moved toward the nebula. The space battle was fierce. Lasers crisscrossed. Explosions shook the void. But Jace and his team moved with skill and courage. They broke through enemy lines and reached the Void Reaper. Vera 7 hacked the weapon's control systems, disabling the weapon. "Now," she shouted. Alarms blared. Sirath appeared on the screen, furious. "You think you can stop me? I will burn your rebellion to ashes." She launched a final attack. Massive energy beams shot from the Void Reaper, destroying ships. Jace took a deep breath and activated the Gaia core. A shield of blue light surrounded the Revenant. His armor glowed as he charged forward. With a powerful blast, he struck the heart of the weapon. The Void Reaper exploded in a wave of light. Sirath's fleet faltered. The galaxy watched as hope returned. Sirath was defeated. Peace began to bloom. The alliance grew stronger. Jace looked at the stars one last time. "The galaxy is free," he said, "but the story is just beginning."